Guys, good morning and what is going on? I'm back up here with my official preview and predictions video for this Sunday's WWE Payback 2017 Raw exclusive pay-per-view. As you all know, Payback will be airing live April 30th on the WWE Network and will be emanating from the S&P Center, the SAP Center in San Jose, California. My overall excitement for this show is kind of a mixed bag. On one hand, I take a look at the card, and I think on paper it looks like a solid card. But on the other hand, you take a look at the build-up and how we've been progressing heading into Payback, and it's just been kind of there. You know, it hasn't been too exciting. We're in that post-WrestleMania lull, so things have kind of cooled down a little bit. And I'm okay with that, because I got Stanley Cup hockey to watch, so I got plenty on the docket coming up. But something tells me, and I've been wrong before. I said this about Fastlane. Look how that turned out. But I do think on paper, this has the potential to be a good, solid show. We have 8 matches total. And as you know how this preview and predictions work, we'll start from the bottom and work our way to the top. But I think a solid card on paper, with a lackluster build, it could end up proving to be a good show. And depending on what booking decisions are made, it's always important what type of finish you go with. We'll see how this show ends up turning out. But one thing I think that did hurt the show was the Superstar shakeup. In particular, it hurt these two matches, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. It hurt the build-up because now that you split apart the two rivals, you're still going to have them feud and not interact anymore, and it just kind of breaks the flow, and it's like they're trying to move on from something else, but they're kind of in this semi-hybrid state of, well, we got this match we got to build to, but then we got to think about what's after it, so it's kind of predictable and gives away the result. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the overall card itself. I think it's a solid card with a lackluster build that hopefully will surprise us and be a good show. Let's take a look at the pre-show. We have Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, a match we've seen how many thousand times. Neither team have much going for them. If wins and losses in this company mattered, maybe you make this a number one contenders match for, a shot at whoever walks out tag team champions. But no, it's just a match, so... Well, since we're doing 50-50 booking, didn't Anderson and Gallows beat Enzo Amore and Big Cass recently? So that means they get their win back. So Enzo and Big Cass get their win back. We get good old 50-50 booking. Never works, trust me. We then have the Miz TV with Finn Balor. I was wondering if Finn Balor was going to be on the show. It's kind of a tough situation. Again, due to the Superstar shakeup, they want to move him into a feud with Bray Wyatt. But due to the fact that Bray Wyatt is still feuding with Randy Orton, Finn's kind of stuck. He doesn't have a rival at the moment. He will once Bray Wyatt finishes up with Randy Orton. But until then, what do you do with Finn Balor? And Miz TV, okay. I'm surprised, really, that there's no Intercontinental Championship match on this show. I thought for sure we were building to a Miz-Dean Ambrose match. But nothing's announced as of this moment, so I'm going to throw it out there. If we do get a Miz versus Dean Ambrose match, I'm going to predict that the Miz will beat Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. But as that's unofficial, that's just pure speculation on my part. We then get into the main card, guys. We have 7 matches. And let's start with Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. A singles match for the United States Championship. And if Jericho wins the title, he will be transferred to SmackDown. I think this can all be given away fairly obviously. We all know that Jericho's going on tour with his band Fozzy. May 16th, Pittsburgh. I'll be there. Can't wait for that. Maybe I'll have him sign the list. You never know. But I think Kevin Owens is going to retain and move on to a feud with the phenomenal one, AJ Styles on SmackDown, and headline the Backlash pay-per-view. So this will be, presumably, Jericho's final match in this current run with WWE, and Jericho leaves. That's going to be a huge loss for the Raw brand. Jericho has just... What more can I say about him? He's gotten a list over. He's gotten it over. He's gotten the pen of Jericho over, the gift of Jericho. Drink it in, man. Just all the light up jacket, everything. The Festival of Friendship. I mean, the run that he's been on has been one of the best runs of his career, and it's certainly going to leave a void on Monday nights. So, Kevin Owens is going to retain his, I almost said Intercontinental, United States Championship in what should be another solid match between him and Jericho. Hopefully they can outdo the match that they had, which I thought was a good match at WrestleMania. But I know these two guys have so much better in the tank. So maybe they'll get a little bit more time on this show and see what they got. But yeah, I'm predicting Kevin Owens will retain. We then have the Hardy Boys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Again, a match with minimal build. I think these two teams are going to go out there and have a pretty kick-ass match. I wouldn't go so far as to say a match of the night, but I'm really looking forward to this Tag Team Championship match. I don't think you take the belts off the Hardys here. It's way too soon. And when you do take the belts off them, shout out to Solomonster, Jason Solomon, for this idea. Got it from him. The way to turn Matt Hardy broken is when they finally lose the Tag Team Championships. He goes into this like depressive state, and he doesn't know what to do. They're not Tag Team Champions anymore. So that will happen. Maybe that's how they transition Matt Hardy into broken Matt Hardy. But for now, Hardys will retain their Tag Team Championships. I don't see them dropping the titles until possibly around... Yeah, this should be a really good match. Possibly see a heel turn in here from Cesaro and Sheamus. They kind of teased it on Monday night. So that might happen. But I can predict fairly obviously that Matt and Jeff Hardy are going to still be your Raw Tag Team Champions. We then have Bayley versus Alexa Bliss in a singles match for the Raw Women's Championship. Really looking forward to this one right here. Alexa Bliss won that Fatal 4-Way matchup 2 weeks ago. And it's going to be a fresh opponent for Bayley. And this one's kind of tough to predict. Now, you all know how WWE likes to book their talent to lose in their hometown. And remember, Bayley's going to be in her hometown of San Jose, California. So that's probably the worst place that Bayley could defend her Raw Women's Championship. I think Bayley's had a nice run with it. But something tells me that we're going to have a new Raw Women's Champion coming out of this. I don't know. Would you really, draft Alexa Bliss over and then in, her first big championship match lose? I don't know. I feel that would hurt Alexa. I mean, Bayley's the underdog. I'd rather see her chase for the championship. I just think it works better with her character. That's just me. So I'm predicting that Alexa Bliss will beat Bayley in her hometown because it's WWE and they always make the hometown favorites lose. I mean, seriously, I can't remember the last time a hometown favorite won in their hometown. It's, Alexa Bliss, but put that aside. I'm predicting Alexa Bliss will beat Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship. We then have Neville versus Austin Aries in a WWE Cruiserweight Championship match. It's nice to see that this match will be on the main card. I'd love to see these guys have a long, several-month program. I'm glad they're continuing their feud heading out of WrestleMania. It's kind of cooled off a little bit, but I like the addition of TJ Perkins turning heel, kind of as Neville's lackey. Possibly see him get involved to help Neville retain his Cruiserweight Championship. Because I think Aries is going to chase, and then eventually he will beat Neville for that Cruiserweight Championship. But Neville has been on a tear as Cruiserweight Champion. Just been the best thing to watch about the Cruiserweight division, and he's had a pretty impressive run as Cruiserweight Champion. I don't think Austin Aries beats him here. I think somehow Perkins gets involved and helps Neville retain his championship. So I'm predicting Neville retains with some type of fluky interference from Perkins. So, yeah, that should be a really good match. I enjoyed their match on the pre-show. The only match that I did watch on the pre-show at WrestleMania. And, again, it was good, but I know that these two have that much better in them. So, give them more time than that, and you should be able to on this card. There's less matches, more room to fill. Let's see what these guys can do with the volume turned up. We then have Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe, a match on paper that I'm really excited for, but the build has just been kind of there. It's been kind of lacking the heat, lacking the excitement. I mean, it's a match I've been waiting to see since, we were rumored to get it on Fastlane. Didn't happen due to Rollins' injury, but I just felt like the storytelling has been kind of there. I mean, Joe wants revenge on Rollins, and they've kind of gone back and forth, but nothing too big, no really crazy big angles. It's just been kind of there, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe. I mean, would have liked to have seen better build going into it. That way, just have these two want to tear each other apart, pull apart brawls, just going at each other, to Rollins, he should be wanting to get his hands on this man that injured him, almost, crippled him, took him out of action, could have missed WrestleMania. To have him go incensed on Joe, and Joe likewise, being this destroyer, this cunning, deceitful, ruthless SOB that will do absolutely anything to annihilate Seth Rollins and potentially incapacitate him. I just wish there was a better story told going into it. However, I think these two will go out there and have a pretty kick-ass match, and if I had to predict a winner, so far Joe remains undefeated, believe it or not, on the main roster, so I do like the way that they are progressing with Samoa Joe. It's been solid, having him continue to win. So I'm predicting that Samoa Joe will walk out the winner of this match, and it'll be a really good match. We then have Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt in the House of Horrors match, which is not, I repeat, for the WWE Championship. I know some people were disappointed about that. The one reason that I am not disappointed that it's not for the WWE Championship, because if it was, you knew that Randy Orton was going to win that match without a shadow of a doubt. There's no way that they're going to have Raw at both the Universal and the WWE Championship. It wasn't going to happen. So this opens the door. The door is open for Bray Wyatt to win this match, and he needs to win this match. Randy Orton beat him at WrestleMania, fine, whatever. Didn't like how that went down. Thought the match was really disappointing. So with the House of Horrors stipulation, they should make this match, this House of Horrors, into Bray Wyatt's own personal match where he finds the most success in, like his calling card, like how Undertaker, Hell in a Cell casket matches. This should be similar to Bray Wyatt. House of Horrors. Pull it out at the right time to blow off a feud. And I'm interested to see what this match entails. I'm just worried that it will be disappointed with it because they're building it up as this be-all, end-all, this hellhole, this, place of destruction and chaos, and you don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully it lives up to the expectations, but kind of worried it won't. But what I would like to see happen is Randy Orton's going to be champion. He's going to face Jinder at Backlash. He's fine. Give Bray Wyatt the win here, and they're going to move apart, end this feud. Because frankly, I was over this feud after they did the big reveal with Randy Orton. I just felt like the writing, the feud itself, just slowly continued to go downhill, and then the match at WrestleMania kind of just, we went over the hill, and I didn't care anymore. So hopefully, I'll predict, and usually every time I say this, I predict Bray Wyatt will be victorious. Hopefully. We'll see. And then we have the main event. What I think is going to be the main event. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Now, the one match that I like the way that they've been building up to has been this match with Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. When Strowman completely annihilated Roman Reigns, it was one of the best beatdown angles in recent memory. And they were wise to keep Roman off until the pay-per-view. I like that. You sell the injuries. Because after a beatdown like that, he should be off for a good couple weeks. And then with Strowman just destroying the Big Show and clearly being positioned to be the next challenger to Brock Lesnar's Universal Championship, which I wish they would have made a bigger deal out of this. Hey, why not make this a number one contenders match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman? And then the winner of this will face Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules. But wait, wins and losses don't matter anymore, do they? Hate that. I need to make a video on that one of these days. Because that is such a stupid mentality. The wins and losses should matter. And the reason they should matter is, again, I didn't like what they did with Strowman on Monday, losing to Kalisto. I would have kept him, building him up. But what you do here in this situation, since it seems to be the direction you want to go in, is Strowman versus Lesnar. If it's at Extreme Rules, I would like to see that happen. Strowman needs to go over here. He needs to win. Even if it's not clean, he needs to beat Reigns somehow, some way. Because Roman, he'll have his time with Lesnar down the line. But if it's Strowman's time now, it wouldn't make any sense for Reigns to win. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't. So I'm predicting Braun Strowman will beat Roman Reigns, which should be a really good match. Let's do it a good match Fastlane. I think we'll have an even better match here at Payback. So yeah, guys, that is it for my preview and predictions for WWE Payback 2017. A show with low expectations, but hopefully it delivers. Remember, I will be back up here live at 11:15 p.m. this Sunday night with special guest Nerd Coalition coming back on the channel here to do a live pay-per-view review of Payback. So make sure to be here on Google Hangouts, youtube.com/DanielGuys412. Check out all my videos. Please click that like and subscribe button. Remember to follow my Twitter, twitter.com/DanielGuys412. I live tweet during SmackDown, Raw, and pay-per-views. So you can follow along with my live tweets. Follow me over there. Subscribe on YouTube. And, yeah, thank you guys for the support as well. And remember, I have a Q&A video posted, the video before this one. The forum for that Q&A video will be open until next Wednesday. So please leave all your questions down below. Watch the video for more information about that. So that is it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Until then, I will see you guys Sunday night for my Payback review. Thanks for watching.